I'm James Shaw. I am born and bred in New Zealand, and I've been involved in greyhounds for about 15 years, starting out with a couple of mates, having a syndicate.
You obviously had experience over there as an owner. When did it start to get a bit more serious from a training point of view?
Yeah, I owned 3 or 4 dogs in New Zealand. Ended up getting my trainer's licence over there, although I never raced a dog there. And then got the opportunity to come over and work for Jeff Britt and Angela Langdon during uni holidays, and stayed here ever since, basically.
And at that point in time, was it a temporary visit, or did you always have plans to stay here?
No, they only offered me 3 months' work while they sorted out some break-ins and pre-trainers, and one thing led to another, and I never got back on the plane home.
So through that experience with Jeff and Angela, how much did you learn?
You learn a huge amount. You're always still learning, but working with that many dogs and the quality of dogs they've had over the last few years, it's been a valuable experience.
Runners are in, light on, set to go. This is Angle Park. Race 5, they're away.
So who were some of the more memorable dogs that you had some experience with at Jeff and Angela's?
There's plenty. Playing at Blaze is probably the top of the tree. I remember taking him to Adelaide, won a heat of the Derby, I think it was, and just remember the lure sounded different that night. He was fast. Oakvale Destiny and all the Oakvale dogs we had come through the kennels, and Texas Titan, Hastings Slowly. Yeah, we had a great run there for a few years.
So at what point in time did you make the decision to jump in the deep end and go out on your own?
We probably spent 2 years looking to buy a place around various parts of Victoria, around Ballarat and that, and then finally come across this place here, and it was the right time for me to move on, I think. Done an 8-year apprenticeship.
And Big Susie's your headline act at the moment. What were her foundations from where she was bred and sort of the situation of life at that point in time?
She was the first litter we bred and whelped here on the property. Was pretty keen to put a Barshire son across her after using Barshire the first time. Shimshine was kind of the boom dog at the time, and they were always nice pups. They broke in. She was one of the slowest to break in, I think, and even through the first few trials, she won she only, in her first 10 starts, won a Tier 3 maiden and one other placing, but as soon as I stepped her up to 600, 650, she really started to turn it on a bit, and has been in pretty good. I took a coursing too once, and that just really helped switch her on, and since then she's hardly missed a check.
Did you always have the expectation that she could be successful over a longer journey, or was it more of a roll of the dice and it was a bit surprising as the way it's played out?
Yeah, I was never confident of her being a stayer. Down here in Victoria, we've got a wonderful series of 0 to 4 win 650s around the country, and she just keep plodding away in those, going through the grades. Every so often she'd pick one up. And I think she might have had something about 19 or 20 650s before I finally got over to the 700. And I always had my doubts that she probably still do have my doubts that she runs a strong 700, but it does give her the opportunity to get near the front early on, and she tries hard, so that's all you can ask.
You've been attached to plenty of big races in the past, been connected to Jeff and Angela. Is a little bit of a different feeling having Jay Shaw next to her name when you're competing in these big races?
Yeah, it's I just feels like it validates all the work we're doing out here, being in those races. I probably don't get as nervous as maybe someone else who hadn't been in those races. I know what it's like, and you can't control much really once you put them in the boxes. So I try to be pretty relaxed about it all now, but it's still good to be in those races all the same.
And now for Big Susie, after competing in the Zoom Top, she now moves on to the Fanabale Super Stayers, and it just must be a thrill to be rolling into these big races one after the other, and plenty of reason to get up out of bed in the morning and have a spring in your step. Yeah,
that's it. It's a good time to have a good dog up and going. yeah, just it is. It's good to be in these, competing with the big boys and that, and turning up there on Saturday night with a bit of a chance. She's no superstar. She's just probably a level below those elite dogs, but yeah, you've got to be in to win it, and I'm there to have a crack.